there's a lot of controversy with that. So this is a very heavy book. It's going to be heartbreaking.
A lot that happened in just those 3 chapters.
Like, we find out bits and pieces of his story. Like, I just want to make sure the students are okay. Like, I want to make sure the kids are okay. This is insane. This book is insane. Day 1 of Catch-Up-a-thon, which means I have finally started The Firekeeper's Daughter, which is Amy's recommendation for July for me. I actually started earlier today while I was straightening up the house. I was listening to it, and I just finished chapter 8. I have a feeling that this is going to be a rough read. Like, I already knew that going into it, that this wasn't like, like cozy or anything like that. But there's a lot so far that is going on. We have so much information about Daunis and her family, and the reason why she just doesn't fit in is because obviously it doesn't it doesn't say it, but it's pretty, like, you get told right away in like chapter 1 that she is mixed, right? Her father is Ojibwe and her mother is white, and there's a lot of controversy with that, where she lives, and then also with the Ojibwe reservation and things like that. So that's why Daunis doesn't really feel like she fits in. But there's a lot of information, like, right off the bat. Stuff about Daunis's life, about the Ojibwe tribe. We already get introduced to, like, the traditional Ojibwe medicines, things like that. We get introduced to a few of her friends, her best friend Lily. And then Lily is going through a lot because her ex-boyfriend keeps coming back, and she is trying to deal with that trauma. So this is a very heavy book, but I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy it. We haven't gotten to the murder yet, which, again, that's all in the synopsis, so I'm not spoiling that. And she has met Jamie. And Jamie is Cherokee, or at least that's what it says so far. But he's not really, like, he wasn't really raised, or he doesn't really know a lot of his, like, tradition from his Cherokee roots. So that's something that he and Daunis are, like, talking about and things like that. But yeah, even though it's like such a thick book, I have a feeling I'm going to get through this fairly quick. I already am up to chapter 9 or chapter 10. I think I just finished chapter 9 on audio while I was outside watering the plants. Krista and Amy and Destiny are doing reading sprints tonight to kick off Catch-Up-a-thon. So I'm hoping to get a good chunk read tonight, and we'll just see. And I'll check back in later to see any of my thoughts. But I like that it is... Like, I'm not somebody that likes just a whole bunch of info dumping, but in this case, I don't think it's info dumping, but it's working. Like, the information that we are getting about Daunis, about her family, about the tribes is a lot, but interesting. And so far, they've talked about different Ojibwe traditional ceremonies. There's one in here that is very... It's something that they do when something bad happens to somebody. Let's just leave it at that. So that was heartbreaking to see that they did that. It's not really a ceremony. I don't know what they called it. But yeah, there's a lot. And it's going to be a heavy read. But so far, I have to say it's going to be a good read. Like, a good read that makes you think and, like, really gets you into it. But definitely a big sharp turn from what I've been reading lately. So I'll have to check back in later. Okay, so I knew this was going to be a heavy hitter. I just finished chapter 9. I'm about halfway through chapter 10. And we just got to the murder. And yeah. This book is it's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be very, I mean, it's already emotional because everything that Daunis talks about and like her friends and just everybody around her, you can clearly see all of the mistreatment, all of the prejudices against people from the Ojibwe tribe and just indigenous people in general. Like there's a scene where her aunt is talking to her about, again, a specific ceremony that happens when a woman is attacked, and like something that they do. And she says to like Daunis, like, I know you wanted to go, but like I don't ever want to see you there because I'm hoping that you being mixed, like your lighter skin from your mom and everything, would keep something like that from happening to you. So that was like so heartbreaking. And then we get to this scene where she's at a party with her friends, and that's where the murder happens. And it's gonna be I don't know. It's like I'm torn between just powering through because like it is a quick read and like taking my time with it. I don't know if I want to like intentionally go slow, but I also need to like make sure that I'm not missing anything because this is such a heavy book already. I don't want to say like, I mean, I've read books that were heavy because this is YA, but it's still like it's a book, let's just say that. We just found out about whether or not Jamie is who he says he is, because in the synopsis it says that she's falling for this new guy, Jamie, who is on her brother's hockey team, but like he might not be who he says he is. So we find out a little bit. I have to finish the chapter to see if it is who it is. But we find a little bit about who he actually is, or his secret. I don't know. Or if there's a secret. I think there is. I think. But again, I literally like just started. Well, am I halfway? I think I'm about halfway through chapter 10. But anyway, yeah. So this is not going to be a book that I can take lightly. Well, it's later than I wanted to get started today. It's 9:45, and I have so much to do. Right now, I am drinking my pre-workout. I am going to work out and try to listen to some more of Firekeeper's Daughter. I didn't read at all yesterday. I did one of my projects for school, which I have to finish. I did all of the actual writing up of the project, but I have to like actually record myself reading a book and giving reading comprehension questions. So I got to do that today. I have all the questions. I did all my strategies. Like I did all the actual work part except for the recording, which is kind of funny because, you know, I mean, here you are watching a recording. But anyway, so I got to do that today. So I'm going to work out and listen to Firekeeper's Daughter. We'll see if I could actually listen to it while I'm working out though, because again, it is like a heavier read and you have to pay attention. And we just got to like a really devastating part. So I am going to try that. If not, then maybe I'll switch over to Beach Read, or not Beach Read, sorry, The Beach Trap, which is the buddy read for Booklist Thursday with Lindsay and Sarah. Because that's a good like read that you can listen to while doing something else, like working out and cleaning and things like that. So we'll see. And then after my workout, I'm going to record and submit my assignment. And then I have some more schoolwork due next week and the week after. So I'm probably going to just try to work on as much of that as possible today. And then hopefully tonight I could just sit down and read a good chunk. Yeah, surprisingly yesterday, I probably should have been able to at least listen, but I went off on so many tangents yesterday. So after I did my schoolwork, I wound up trying to clean out my desk and clean up my workspace because it was so cluttered. So I did that, wound up throwing things out. And then from there, I went to a different spot to declutter and found stuff that went somewhere else and then wound up It was the purest of ADHD organizing and cleaning that I've experienced in a long time. And I took my medication. So that was a little like shocking. But I was super focused and I did it, and I organized and decluttered my desk, my vanity, threw out old makeup and hair supplies, my nightstand, and some of my nail space. So my red aspen nails, I went through all of that and organized that a little bit. I still have a lot to do with that. I should have been able to listen. I didn't. So if I do any type of organizing today, I will be throwing the audiobook on, because that was like such a perfect opportunity that didn't happen. But anyway, now that you've listened to me ramble, that is the plan for today. So I will check back in once I've done some more reading and or listening of The Firekeeper's Daughter, and I'll let you know.
All right, so I finished my workout. Oh my God, my legs are dying. But I also listened to 3 chapters. It was a lot that happened in just those 3 chapters. So we have the law enforcement coming in and trying to now get Donis on board to help with this investigation, who are actually investigating this all of these deaths by this drug, because they think that there is a link to the tribes. One of them because of the inclusion of something with like tribal medicines. I think they mentioned Sioux, and then Ojibwe, and I think they mentioned one more. I'm not sure. But anyway, so we have all that. We had a little bit of a shocker about Donis's family, or somebody in her family, and I just ended part 1 where Donis agrees to help them out and help find out what's going on. And they actually have a very specific reason for asking her. It says on the back of the book, it's because of her knowledge on chemistry. She's really good at chemistry, but also really good at knowing Ojibwe traditional medicines and herbs and things like that, and how they impact the body. So much so that she actually did a report or a project on it for school. So that was very important. But anyway, I'm going to go shower. I'm going to get some schoolwork done, and then I will read some more and check back in later. Okay, so it is Wednesday. It is a few days since I started reading Firekeeper's Daughter. There was a day, I think it was like maybe Monday, that I didn't read anything at all and I didn't listen. It was just like a crazy day. But these last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of schoolwork. Today, I actually met up with my friends at Panera Bread, and we did a body double, which is a tool or a hack that they tell you, so as somebody with ADHD, can actually work for you. It's just basically where you have somebody in your physical presence, and it kind of gives you like this push to be productive because like somebody's watching you or whatever. So we both did that for each other. And I did listen to a few chapters today. So I'm up to I just finished chapter 22. And there's a lot going on. A lot of sadness. There's a lot of Donis talking about culture and talking about her traditions and things like that. And one thing that she said really stood out to me, and that, kind of explains the last little like piece here of the summary, where she says like she's worried that like the FBI is just trying to like punish the offenders, like not really protecting the victims. And like Donis keeps saying like, you're so worried about shutting down this drug ring, understandably, but like I just want to make sure like this, like there was an event where like there were students involved. She was like, I just want to make sure the students are okay. Like I want to make sure the kids are okay. Are they okay? Like, yeah, we need to handle this, but like you're not really worried about the aftermath of the victims.
and the people suffering through all of this. So that is like really getting to me. But I do love how she's like explaining things about her traditions and about tribal traditions and things like that. You know, that's really interesting. So then there's another scene where she talks about how working with the FBI is difficult, especially like because somebody in her tribe, in her family specifically, I'm not going to say who because that'll spoil a little piece of it, was working with them previously. And she's like wondering how they were able to deal with that, knowing that they're working for government, the FBI, that not too long ago, like put them in, like suppress them and put them in those Carlisle schools and things like that. So that was very interesting, and that was very heartbreaking as well. And also the fact that they're not including the tribal police, like the tribal law enforcement. So there's a lot. Like, this is such a heavy but good story. I don't want to say I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but I am enjoying it. It is a good story so far. I'm only about 40% in because I've been switching between listening and reading. So I really think that this so far is a good book. And we'll just see. We just keep getting involved and seeing, you know, what's happening. So Daunis is enrolled in the local college, you know, as part of trying to like flush out some people involved. So yeah. So I do have to kind of, well, not have to, but I do want to get moving a little bit more. I might start another book. I am still reading Beach Trap. I'm actually slowed down with that one, but that is for Booklist Thursday, and we have the whole month to read that. But I do have only one book that I've submitted for the Hunger Games readathon, and I'm still doing catch-up-a-thon. So I might start like one of the other books that might be like a quicker read. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do like First Time Caller because romances and rom-coms are usually quicker. So I could like switch off between that because I don't want to rush through this, but I also want to get through some other books on my book of the month TBR for catch up with them. So we'll see. But yeah, so far, a lot of stuff going on. Very interesting. And it's just a good story so far. So I'm currently doing or streaming sprints with Kat because it is Wednesday. So I am about to eat some dinner and then I'll pick up and check back in with that. But I did get a lot of work done today. I submitted 2 more assignments and I have 2 weeks left of my summer classes and I have 2 more assignments to do. So I'm kind of like trying to get that done as much as possible. So that's where I am and we'll check back in later. Okay, well, I am cleaning up the book room a little bit, well, trying to, and I'm gonna listen to some more of Firekeeper's Daughter. I didn't really listen to much more yesterday. I got a little bit done, but I did start The Heartless Hunter for Catch-Up-a-thon. So I'm gonna listen to more of Firekeeper's Daughter, and I am trying to organize and do some things in this book room. So hopefully I can get a lot read. All right, sorry for the fact that it's dark in here. I turned the top light off and I just have one light on right now. But I did a lot in this room, but yet I feel like I still didn't do anything. I feel like it's still a mess, but I did listen to a lot more of Firekeeper's Daughter. And oh man, I mean, at the beginning of chapter 30, or like the end of chapter 30, I don't remember if it was the end of chapter 30 going into 31 or 29 going into 30. Anyway, we got like something that I was like, oh my God. And it was something that I kind of, well, not this part specifically, but I kind of had a suspicion about this person, that it was possibly something going on with them. And yeah, looks like I might have been right. Also, Jamie is annoying. Like, he's not annoying. Like, I really like him, but yet there are just things that I'm like, come on, man. So I don't know. But we don't really find out too much about him. Like, we find out bits and pieces of his story. So I have about 3 hours left on audio. Well, I was listening on audio today mostly because I was trying to straighten up this room, which I don't know. I feel like I may have done something, but I feel still like it's cluttered. So I guess I didn't do enough, but I don't know. We'll see. I need to eat something because I haven't eaten anything all day. And I'm going to try to sit down and just read some more of the book. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I'll get to finish tonight. I don't know. Is anybody sprinting tonight? By the time this video comes out, I mean, it'll be well past. But anyway, maybe somebody will be sprinting tonight and that'll give me a little boost to just sit and read. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna try to vacuum up this room and just put a couple more things back together and go make something to eat and then sit and read. Oh man. Okay, so I have a little bit less than 100 pages. I think I have like 93 pages left in Firekeeper's Daughter. And oh my god. Okay, so we just found out who the person is, or one of the people that is involved with this whole thing. And oh my god, this is insane. This book is insane. I don't know if it's like exactly a plot twist, but it's insane that it turned out to be this person. Yeah. So hopefully I can get this done tonight because I got to find out what's going on, what happens. I'm just going to read as much as I can. It is about 9 o'clock, I think. So I think I'll be able to get this done tonight. I'm just going to read and hopefully it'll turn out okay. But I just have a bad feeling. Oh my god. Okay, so wow. I just finished part 2. We have part 3 to go. And oh my god. I can't say it without spoiling it. Guys, you have to read this book. I was not expecting that to happen. Let's just leave it at that. There's no way I just read what I just read. No. Less than 4. I think I got like 33 pages left. Oh my god. And I just finished Firekeeper's Daughter. The turns that this book takes, oh my god. Like, it just, I have no words. I really, really enjoyed this book. It was, I did not, they said it was like thriller, right? It's a YA thriller. But it actually is. I mean, at first I didn't think, I was like, what's so thriller about this? Like, it wasn't set up like a thriller would be. Like, you know, if you've read like Taylor Adams or, you know, anything like that. But it definitely is thriller. There were twists. I did not expect some of the things in here. Some of it, one thing I was like, oh, that is, like I had a suspicion and it turned out to be correct. I do like the ending and the decision that Donis makes at the end of her story. And I absolutely love that everything about her history, her tribe, is intertwined into this. Especially considering she has, she's mixed, right? Her mom is not Ojibwe, her father was, and that is a big part of her story. I absolutely love that. This book is emotional. There are some trigger warnings, so definitely check that. But this is, like, I don't think I have any criticisms. I'm gonna say 5 stars. I'm like 3 for 3 with 5 stars on these Booktuber recommendations. So Amy, you definitely gave me an amazing recommendation. I absolutely love this. I'm not even like wasting time of doing my whole setup to give you my wrap up of this book. It is amazing. And it doesn't read, I mean, it kind of reads like YA, but not like your typical YA. You know? I don't get a lot of like angsty stuff. This was definitely a new, I don't want to say new genre, but this definitely was a little like, I don't know, a little bit different than what I've been reading lately. So I absolutely loved this. And I am landing on a 5 star. So thanks so much, Amy, for this. I really, really enjoyed this book so much. So that's my July Booktuber recommendation. Make sure you come back to see who I ask for August and what they recommend me. I haven't reached out to them yet, but I will, because it's already 2 weeks into July, so I need to get that going. And let me know your thoughts. Have you read this book? What did you give it if you did read it? What are your thoughts? Because I need to know. I need to know everybody's thoughts on this book. And if you haven't read it, I highly recommend that you pick this up. And if you just want to let me know that you are here, then I'm going to stick with the same emoji as the intro. Give me a fire emoji down in the comments if you just want to let me know that you're here to support me. Well, that's all I have for tonight, guys. Bye.